Hi, I'm Brad. How's everyone doing today on this very big, well, I don't even know if to call it a PCVR enthusiast day or like an ultra mega PCVR enthusiast day. Um, hey guys. Yeah, today is the Varjo launch event stream. It happens in about 30 minutes. Which you can see here, 30 minutes. I have a few things to talk about before then. Um, First of all, we will get into the specs of the Varjo. I don't actually know what the launch event is going to be at this point because they seemingly purposefully made the embargo lifts 4 hours before their actual stream. I don't know what they're going to show off in their stream at this point. Maybe it's just going to be an interesting launch party. That being said, we're going to talk about the specs and what's in it and the price, especially the price. And I just mostly want this stream to be a very chill, relaxed stream. We have a lot of community members here. I'm very thankful you're all here, and we can have a back and forth discussion about the product, which I think is the right way to go. Because I'm very proud of the I'm actually really proud of the chat that I have for these streams and how level-headed the discussions usually are. And this is a great opportunity to take advantage of that. That being said, a couple things before we get into that. Yesterday's stream, you might be noticing I'm playing Halo music. So again, because I kind of do these streams for fun, and they're very enjoyable for me, I kind of just play whatever music I enjoy. And even if it demonetized my videos or streams or VODs, I didn't really care much because it was just like, it's how I got in the zone, right? I would listen to music I like. But yesterday's stream, which I was really proud of that stream, was not only demonetized, it was blocked in 96% of countries in the world. That VOD should be fixed. The audio for it should be fixed and up later today if you missed that stream yesterday because it was a really good stream. But yeah, going forward, I'm going to be a lot more careful in what music I use because I don't care about demonetization, but when it comes to like people not being able to see the crap I spend some time to look into, yeah, that kind of burns a little bit. So, um, yeah, we do have the Varjo headset details already. We're gonna get into that. But I want to say one more thing before we get into that as well. Um, so I have a contact that literally is obsessed with AMD. Like AMD, if AMD wasn't a religion, this person would literally be the Pope for AMD. He does a lot of data mining and like a lot of stuff related to keeping track of what AMD has been working on and what they're doing. And he gave me a very interesting possible lead about a company that AMD actually purchased completely last year, and what this company called Zillows might be making the what's called a FPGA chip that will handle all the predictive rendering and the upscaling technology for the Deckard. Because we've been talking about how like we know going forward, VR hardware, especially as resolutions get greater, and in some situations that we can't even drive certain resolutions at this point with current hardware, we need to figure out smart ways to get past that. Foveated rendering is obviously the most obvious way with eye tracking, but there are other ways to do it, and upscaling seems to be one of the ways, and predictive rendering, which is using a bunch of high refresh rate tracking data to figure out where the user is going to be looking in the next milliseconds, and then start planning that ahead. So what this person's told me is this is a company that is seemingly working on this small chip that would go into an SoC for the Deckard possibly that would handle all of that. So Deckard is using Qualcomm. Yes. Yes. That being said, it doesn't. I don't think that means that they couldn't stuff another, because this is not an SoC. It doesn't have to be an SoC. Whatever this is, this could be literally just an onboard. Because even where's my Vive? Hold on. Give me a second. Let me explain. So here's a Vive, and even though the Vive doesn't have like an onboard chip, right, that does like a lot of computing, it does have like some display processors and stuff built in, which are actually under this. Maybe I'll pull this off for you. I don't have any tweezers, so I can actually not pull this off easily. But just know under all these shields here, there's a bunch of chips that do menial tasks, mostly related to displays and stuff like that. And this would be kind of a similar thing. What's interesting about this company, again, I did say that last year AMD purchased this company. It's possible they purchased the company because Valve and AMD have been working together a lot, and they've been patenting a lot of their split rendering and like predictive rendering and all this stuff since 2019. So it's possible they were working with Xilinx before then, and when Xilinx actually started delivering good results, AMD was like, okay, pull the trigger on this company and purchase it. But even years before that, what's really interesting is Qualcomm. Hold on. Qualcomm apparently was very interested in purchasing this company too, but that deal did not go through. And we know AMD and Qualcomm are very interested in working together. They have shown some of their fruits of their labor already. So it's just like, again, so it's just like these small pieces that like show a lot of collaboration with the industry, like with all these different companies. And it's just another little piece that I wanted to bring up. So, yeah. Yeah. I know it's pronounced Qualcomm. No, not Qualcomm. Qualcomm. But because I originally literally thought it was called Qualcomm, it's probably gonna be something that's gonna be a meme on this channel forever. So anyway, yeah. AMD does not do mobile SoC, no, but they do APUs, and AMD APUs are very relevant to a lot of Valve's future plans, not just for the Steam Deck, but like also VR compute units or maybe even like consoles. Not even just Valve. Yesterday, again, when that stream VOD goes up, from yesterday's stream, I talked a lot about how there are multiple companies seemingly interested in also using AMD and Qualcomm stuff to do split rendering in consoles. Another company has seemingly joined forces with AMD and Qualcomm that isn't Valve. And possibly even Oculus might be looking into, even if they're not going to release a product, they seem to be looking into prototyping some products using this technology as well. So a lot of people in the industry are very impressed by this split rendering stuff because, again, we can't drive a lot of these higher displays that we need without a lot of tricks to get there. Does that make sense? I think so. All right. Anyway, so let's actually talk about let's start getting in talking about the actual specs for the Varjo. Again, embargo lifted completely for the Varjo. A lot of YouTubers actually did reviews because I imagine this was true, but YouTubers got the product sent to them about 2 weeks ago, a lot of them, and the embargo lifted, so a lot of reviews came out today. I'm sorry I'm messing with my hair. I'm gonna get a haircut for my wife soon. But anyway, yeah. So after the stream, or even, I don't even care if you go watch a lot of reviews now. There's a lot of reviews out there already. But we're still going to have fun watching the stream, and let's talk about the specs. So they announced the Varjo Aero, a $2,000 US prosumer VR, PC VR headset. Oh, yeah, my shirt. This is my merch shirt. So the biggest thing I want to point out here, this uses mini LED displays. That was actually really interesting, and it made me think a lot of. We'll get into a little bit more about these displays. So mini LED are still like LCD, but they're way better than traditional LCD currently used in a lot of VR headsets because they have very good local dimming. You might have heard that term before, related to a lot of leaks coming out about the Oculus stuff they're working on. And also, mini LED is what's driving a lot of current Apple products. Not their phones. Their phones run on OLED, but their new MacBooks, and I believe even their iPads now possibly also use mini LED. But mini LED again is just better LCD. It doesn't have any of the blacks like OLED because again they're still lighting up the areas of the pixels mostly. but it is better than traditional LCD. The resolution, let's get to, hold on. Let's get to actual tech specs here. Resolution is very high on this headset per eye. It is, let's zoom in for your viewing pleasure. 2880 by 2720 per eye. For people that like to have the full view, let's just do it that way. Almost, if you really like to think of VR this way, which I don't really recommend you do, but just for people to visualize, that's almost a 6K horizontal when you combine the two headsets. Again, I prefer per eye resolution, but some people like to have that idea in their brain. Refresh rate is at 90 hertz. Only iPad Pro is MiniLED? Okay, that makes sense. Field of view, horizontal 115, diagonal 134. We're gonna get into this because I want to actually pull up some articles that some people did some measurements related to FOV, because it's honestly kind of hard to. I don't want to say trust, because I don't mean to say you should distrust companies what they say about FOV, but FOV is a very fluctuating statistic for VR headsets. The biggest things I want to point out is this headset is MiniLED. They are keeping the high refresh rate eye tracking. Thank God, by the way. I just want to take a moment. If they released this headset without eye tracking, especially at $2,000, then I would have trashed this thing. I'm not really planning to buy this headset for myself, by the way. We'll get into why in a little bit, but eye tracking is very good on Varjo headsets. 200 hertz eye tracking. It is using SteamVR Lighthouse tracking. So this is clearly targeted for people that are already probably in the Lighthouse ecosystem, like maybe they're index owners that are very obsessed with flight sims especially, and want to spend $2,000 to upgrade just the headset. They already have the controllers and the actual lighthouses, because this is, again, $2,000 for just the HMD. HMD. Good. Earbuds included. Oh, let's talk about audio. Audio is actually one of the biggest things I have. So let's just skip right to that. Audio. So it has a 3.5 millimeter audio jack, which is better than a lot of mobile phones. But this actually has no integrated audio whatsoever on this headset. Where's the pictures of the headset? So here's the headphone jack, no integrated audio, no speakers, and I don't even think there's a microphone either. There's no microphone as well. I could honestly get past the fact that there's no integrated speakers, but not having a built-in microphone, that one's pretty painful, I think. Yeah. Someone's correcting me about the GPAs. Okay, yeah. So early on the Valve talk, FGPAs can be included in everything, not SoCs. Sorry. Thank you, Mega Gluck. Anyway. So, yeah, no mics, no speakers. And, people are like, well, okay, this is an expensive headset. A lot of people that are probably buying this headset have some sort of fancy headphones, right? Yeah. However, this head strap design, this head strap design has actually been touted by everyone as like one of the most comfortable headsets they've ever worn. They have a very, very nice mechanism for comfort. That being said, I can't imagine wanting to put on at least normal headphones over this head strap, because there's going to be part of the head strap that are laying over here, and then you have another part for your headphones here. And then you also have to have a special cable for headphones to plug into the millimeter jack here. Because if you've been around in VR since the Vive days, the Vive didn't have integrated speakers at all when it launched. So people had to use a little cable that came out of the front and plug in their own headphones. But that added another wire, and most people's headphones have a pretty long wire, because normally when you buy headphones, they're not focused on VR, they're focused on like PC usage. So your PC is usually on the floor, like a couple feet away. And yeah, it's just like another friction thing. That is kind of annoying. The most excitingly disappointing month of VR in years. No, I don't want to get. I don't want to go that far yet. I don't want to go that far yet. I do think Varjo deserves a little bit of credit here. I'm not trying to disappoint everyone. I'm just trying to say I like to compare Varjo actually as like the Tesla of VR actually. Tesla, when they first came out as a company, their cars were beyond expensive, only for the most richest of rich users. But as time got on and they got the funding they needed, they were able to they were able to get cheaper pricing on their cars and release newer models to be more consumer friendly. And Varjo's honestly been exactly the same. They're a small Finnish company that's been releasing only enterprise headsets that have been getting better and cheaper over time. And this is their first consumer or prosumer headset. And it doesn't require a subscription or anything. But at the same time, I just don't know who this is for, except if you're if you're running a small business. I think this is actually more of a small business VR headset than a prosumer VR headset. I just, even myself, like, I'm actually okay. Okay, I should say I'm actually okay with spending myself, I would be okay with spending $2,000 on a headset if it's really good. And this headset has a lot of specs I like, but it doesn't tick all the boxes for me. Because I love Steam VR tracking. I love a lot of these things. Oh, here's another interesting thing. So it has eye tracking, right? Eye tracking can be used for a multitude of things, including, just making sure we're good on time here. Obviously, phobia rendering, but also eye tracking has been for a while in built-in VR headsets. Has been able to actually calculate your IPD on the go. This headset takes it a step forward. There's actually no manual knob on the headset for adjusting your IPD. The eye tracking looks at your eyes, calculates your IPDs, and there's motors that literally adjust it to actually fit your IPD correctly. This is not new for Varjo. All their enterprise headsets have this, but it's very interesting that they kept this design. This makes me really... I have an obsession, but I really want to take apart this headset and like and get like a small get like a small loan to buy an enterprise version of this headset and like compare the innards between this consumer version and like the VR3. Because I feel like a lot of the components, they kind of are sticking in here as well. What's your thoughts of uploads VR? Yeah, we're going to get into the distortions. We got to talk about lens design. So lens design is custom. It's an aspherical lens. It's not Fresnel lens. I'm going to start saying Fresnel if I can. It's so hard to say it. It's aspherical, there's no lines, and due to that, there's no God rays. But let's explain what they mean by variable resolution. They have a very cool image here that is very useful. So these lenses are very nice. They are best in the center peripheral. They are the same exact lenses that were designed for the Varjo VR3 and XR3. So for those who do not know what those headsets are like, those headsets actually have 2 displays per eye. They have an OLED micro display in the center of those headsets, and then they fill the peripheral around that center peripheral with a LCD display. This headset removes the micro displays, and they're using the same lens system. And due to the fact that they're using that mirrored OLED micro display for having a super high PVD in the very center of your vision, or PPI at least, my brain just stopped working. These lenses were clearly designed with that in mind. That being said, these are still very good lenses, but you lose a lot of that sort of angular resolution the farther out you go. But I've heard from a lot of reviewers that the sweet spot for these lenses are insanely better than they are for a lot of Fresnel lenses. And they are very clear, very high clarity. So it's not too big of a problem. I just wanted to explain what these rings mean. Yeah. Big loan. But yeah, it's just like it's clearly a headset that they took the VR3 and they stripped down things to release a consumer version, which is okay. It makes sense for a small company. Again, this is a small company. This is not like Facebook. This is not like Valve, right? They are doing what they can, and that's why I think they're doing some interesting stuff here. But let's talk about field of view, because field of view has a Field of view relies on a multitude of different things when it comes to VR. It relies on size of displays, it relies on type of lenses, it relies on how far the lenses are from your face. And so this headset, I already saw a review about how this headset is very good for glasses users. There's enough room for people to fit their glasses inside the headset. But due to that, there's actually no comfort adjustment for this headset, which means you can't actually move the lenses farther and closer away from your face. So whatever field of view you actually do get on this headset is what you get. And I'm gonna pull up. I think it was Ben Lang. I think it was Ben Lang that posted some really good a really good his personal FOV measurements, which is super useful. I think everyone should be posting these if they do reviews for headsets, because you cannot go off of, again, you cannot go off of marketing FOV. I think even though every face is different, you're gonna get different values. I think it's important to give more realistic values. Did I already pass it? I swear it was Ben Lang. Yeah, here we go. It's right here. Thank you. So is it Ben Lang that did this? Yeah, Ben Lang. Cool. So here's this is Ben Lang's personal FOV measurements for the Varjo Aero at 64mm IPD, which is about the average. He got a horizontal FOV of 84 degrees and a vertical FOV of about 65. And that's with no glasses and the face pad on. Oh, the face pad! Oh, this was a small thing that I saw in Tested's review. They just kind of glanced over it. The face pad uses Velcro, man. I hate Velcro on my VR. I hate Velcro. Why are you selling I am already very angry at the Vive Pro 2 having Velcro, because every Velcro face pad that I've had on a VR headset, the glue just slowly deteriorates and the face pad just won't snap on like it's designed to. I much prefer magnets. Apparently this face pad uses Velcro, and that kills me for a $2,000 headset. That being said, yeah, so here are some realistic values for at least Ben Lang on FOV. And this is with the face pads removed. But you don't usually wear headsets with the face pads removed. I don't really understand. So yeah, Valve Index is still king of FOV. But a lot of this is related to the fact that Valve Index, they allow you to push the lens up to your face as far as you can. And this headset does not. So you're sacrificing some FOV for a lot of the clarity and other stuff. So yes. Can we change the face pad? Well, it's Velcro, so I'm guessing they imagine. I guess you can change it. I don't know what you can change it to, but that is the thing. And now let's talk about what Eric for President brought up earlier. Upload VR talked about something that is slightly concerning. We should talk about for sure. They mentioned that everyone at the office that tried it, and also the tested review also mentioned some distortion, especially when they moved their head and their eyes. So there's something called Pupil Swim. This was an issue I had with the Pico Neo 3 headset. There was a lot of Pupil Swim. So like what Pupil Swim is when you move your eyes or even your head in some cases around the display, it feels like the edges are moving with you and like kind of blurring weirdly. Apparently this headset at the current moment has issues with that. That being said, Varjo has said that they're very aware of this issue And it's very possible because one of the biggest things that can solve Pupil Swim, especially the eye movement Pupil Swim, is eye tracking. This headset has built-in eye tracking, so it's very possible with a firmware update or software update, they can have some software going on in the background that literally solve that problem. But as it stands, apparently that's an issue. And my biggest issues with the Vive Pro 2, I remember if anyone's watched my Vive Pro 2 review, is I had a lot of issues with a binocular overlap, it felt like. And that was another kind of distortion. And like I'm very sensitive to distortion. That's why I don't like Pimax products either. So it's even Upload VR says it's hard to recommend this product in that way. So yeah, software experience. So this headset does require something running in the background as well as SteamVR. This works with SteamVR directly, but again, it's like the HTC Vive where you have to have like sort of a Vive console or a Varjo console running at the same time. This looks way better than Vive console though. Like way better, and it looks like it comes with some amazing software inside. So and this is also where you can adjust IPD manually, because again, there's no knob on the actual thing, so you have to rely on software and motors to adjust IPD. Anyway, what time is it? Okay, we got 4 more minutes. No pass-through. Yes, that's another thing. This headset also does not have pass-through of any kind. No camera pass-through. So you see, like, it's got some really cool displays that are super high res, higher resolution than the Vive Pro 2. It's got local dimming because it's mini LED, which mini LED again is way better than LCD, but still is not OLED. And it's got eye tracking and a very comfortable head strap. But it's wired. There's little, I don't know how they can make it wireless. Oh, also if you have an AMD card like me, I don't think you can actually drive the native resolution because I think it requires DSC, like DisplayPort compression, and I don't think AMD GPUs have that. So this is only an NVIDIA high-tier NVIDIA card or up. Yes, assuming no Linux support. Well, considering that I doubt it because you need this running in the background. So I am guessing no Linux support as well. I don't know though. The head strap is apparently one of the most comfortable head straps on the market, and it's very adjustable. Like even this, you can like adjust how like the head strap kind of like tilts a little bit. So yeah. So that is the Varjo headset, at least specs wise. Yeah, okay, MRTV said Nvidia is only supported. Yeah, because again, it's not even Varjo's fault really in this regard, by the way. It's more the fact that AMD does not support DSC, which is another reason why we need some FGPA or FPGA. Sorry, I keep messing up the letters. FPGA chips that like could handle upscaling and stuff for high resolution displays, because there's a lot of GPUs on the market that don't even support a lot of these higher resolutions. So if we have some high very good upscaling technology built into headsets, then we won't have to worry about that. DSC works on AMD. I think it works to an extent, but I don't think it works to the level that these displays are driving per one display port. Because again, this is one cable, one display port cable from your GPU. Is there any point watching the Varjo's show now? I don't know. I kind of want to peek in a little bit, see what they do. They might address some of the issues that the community has, but like I like Varjo and what they're doing. They do a lot of really cool stuff. I love the eye tracking technology they have built in. I love even if the IPD motors seem a little ridiculous a little bit in my opinion for the price. Like I feel like you can just add a knob, make it cheaper. Oh, there's also active cooling in the headsets, probably because the displays get really hot alone, and you need active cooling fans in the headset to cool down those displays. So Yeah. All right, let's go look at the Varjo event. Here we go. Oh wait, how am I gonna stream this?
I think our production crew is ready. Alexander ready. All good. We have Urho here.
Hold on, this was not. I was not prepared.
We start soon. Hey, Ferhat.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Jussi, hey, I'm right now flying with Microsoft Flight Simulator over.
What is going on?
That's nice. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. Everything looks so real over here.
Welcome to the launch webinar.
This is so scuffed. Holy frick.
Varjo Teleport VR.
Hold on, I gotta fix this. This is way scuffed. I was not prepared like I thought I was. I'm so sorry. This is so incredibly scuffed. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. That was hilarious. Louder, yeah, louder. Still louder? No, that's good. Okay. I'll be watching chat this whole time, so this is the time to chat. I'll answer questions in chat if they're not talking. Or if they are talking, I mean. I wish I had this kind of play area. This is a really cool trailer though. Like, you know how like Oculus trailers are usually like so what's the like they put on the headset and it's just like sci-fi light speed effect. This is a cooler VR trailer.
Hey everyone. So we are here at Varjo HQ in Helsinki. Exciting day for Varjo. Today we are launching two incredible new things. So Varjo Aero,
as well as the Varjo Teleport VR, which is Varjo's first step on the journey
Teleport.
of the Varjo's reality cloud, transforming the way that we are
Louder?
communicating and collaborating in the future.
Exactly. Super cool.
Oh, let me
Look
also
at
turn
that
this off.
Agenda. We have a very nice show today. So we start by discussing all about Varjo Aero first here. And then we talk about Varjo Teleport VR with Alexander, who is the director of the teleport service. And then we will get a sneak peek into the next Varjo base, so the software that runs our headsets. And then finally, we have a Q&A session. And for the Q&A questions, please go to Slido, hashtag Varjo Launch, and we will be answering all your questions.
Even louder? What?
Teleport VR there.
Absolutely. We try to take at least 20 minutes for the questions, so there is plenty of time to actually answer all of the questions you might have. Of course, we try to collect.
Yeah, exactly. But let's start with the Varjo Aero, so the only pro-grade VR headset that anyone can get. It was quite a journey to get here with this product.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really important to understand that Varjo Aero started as a purely professional product in the beginning of this year. We started looking how to expand and make an even better product for scaling opportunities in the professional space. And then in the summertime, when we have sent a couple of VR headsets to a few of the YouTubers and getting reactions from some of the
now it's good? Okay, cool. Because I had to literally adjust the gain. I was at max volume.
Not only working for the
it was a stream, I guess.
And the ask was that, can you, Varjo, please bring this incredible quality to us?
Look at this office,
VR
dude.
Simulator enthusiasts, VR enthusiasts.
That's a very pretty office.
And we started
if
listening
that is
and
their,
hearing
yeah, it's their
about
office.
that and thought that we should be able to do it. And then a lot of long nights, and we actually.
I am louder.
So today, it's a phenomenal moment for us, and as a reminder, this is a purely professional product, and for the first time available to anyone.
Yeah, exactly. But definitely the shout out is there. Big thanks to the community. Okay. Everybody at the Varjo for Gamers Discord channel, me and Urho have been there lurking, being active. Everybody reviewing the VR3, XR3. I think you have seen the really cool video by Thrill Seeker on the XR3, for example, and basically everybody on the community. But you really kind of made a big difference how we approach this product. So big thank you.
And big thank you to the Varjo's engineering team who had to turn a professional product into consumer certified product in a very short time.
Yeah.
And that was fantastically done. So huge shout out for that as well.
Absolutely. But like I said, Varjo Aero, no compromises, professional product. Let's talk a little bit like all the incredible things that are in this.
So we are taking like a very short take now and focusing in a second. So first of all, of course, what makes a VR headset are the lenses, the displays, that's what creates you the immersion into the virtual world. And the VR
also focus
in
on
the Aero
audio.
is made by biconvex lenses that create 35 pixels per degree image, simply phenomenal quality. They are made with aspheric design that allows us to increase the resolution in the central region so that the things that matter the most are the most crisp things on your field of view. The display itself is a custom display for Varjo, running at 150 nits, which is incredibly bright. Everything will look muted on any other headset once you have experienced the Varjo Aero, including Varjo's other headsets. It's so bright that nothing quite lives up to it after that. At the same time, we are also calibrating. You need to remember this is professional product, so every optical path is calibrated for geometry, distortions, as well as the colors. So the colors are purely accurate, 99% sRGB, 96% DCI-P3 color space. So when you look at the shade of, let's say, pink, it's going to be that same shade of pink that you would find in a Pantone catalog because they are exact matches, which is pivotal if you're actually a designer. You need to trust your eyes, and this is a product that delivers. Now, of course, everybody gets to enjoy that. Then Auto IPD optimizes every single time you put the headset on. It moves physically the lenses and the displays to optimal place for your eyes. And this is done with eye tracking that allows us to know where those eyes are, as well as then an electrical motor. And the eye tracking also complements so that you get foveated rendering support. You can use it for analytics. You can use it for interactions inside the applications. You can use it to transform, for example, VR collaboration into more humane, where you know where people are actually looking at you, and you get the eye contact. Then active cooling, lightweight design, creating a really ergonomic, really comfortable headset. And this is by far the lightest headset Varjo has ever delivered, and happens to be lighter than many of our competitors as well. Then finally, this is Varjo's first headset with audio, and we decided to go with the audio solution with plug-in earphones that lets you use those, or should you want to use some professional ultra-high quality equipment, the band is so thin on the side that it's super easy to put those on as well.
Yeah, and like you heard, so we really did no compromises. That's why we don't call it the consumer headset in a way. No compromises here, professionally calibrated, and absolutely we wanted to make this future-proof.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, because it is something that you know we feel that it's a product unlike any product.
Yeah, and you see, for example, eye tracking making now increasing traction on the market, and with some of the other players also including those, so we start getting like an increased amount of software taking the full use of eye tracking. With Aero, you have that future-proof.
Yeah, exactly. Let's now look a little bit about how one really interesting case of our professional customer called VRM Switzerland, who are making civilian training.
They have flight simulator going on in the background.
Like experience and software. So
they know
VRM
their target audience.
Let's hear from them.
VRM Switzerland is the first company on the earth which was able to qualify a flight simulator training device using virtual reality technology. The IASA Qualification
is there a mic in the package?
of a flight
I've heard no one say about
device is a requirement that pilots are able to get credits for their training and checking when using that device. With Varjo Arrow and our solution combined, we've been able to meet all those hundreds of requirements to get the IASA qualification. It's
Oh, the
possible
earbuds
now
have a
that
mic?
pilot
Oh,
can
come
fly
on.
close to the ground and
Come
have
on.
a super immersive training possibility. On top of that, with virtual reality, the training devices are getting much smaller and can be moved in a higher motion rate, which is also one of the challenges we had with previous technology.
I don't
Our
count the
focus
earbuds.
was always
as
to
an
bring
integrated
the
mic,
human body
personally.
together with virtual reality. Using the Varjo Aero, I can see more than I'm seeing in real life.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
It's incredible. Like, think about that. Varjo Aero is now the second headset ever, VR headset qualified from European Aviation Safety Agency for actual flight training, in which you get credits, which means that it's comparable.
Wow.
That if you fly 1
That's
hour
actually
with
pretty
the Varjo
interesting.
headset, it's the same as if you flew a real plane in
Sorry,
real
but
air
I have to
for
mention,
that 1
like,
hour.
this is
So
kinda
you
big
get the
for the
same
flight
credit,
training
and
industry.
it's a game
I will
changer
say
in the
that.
civilian aviation training. Of course, the first one was the Varjo VR3.
That's crazy.
Now this is the second one. No other headset can be used for real pilot training, and of course the same you can see in the defense industry as well. But this is a transformative moment.
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
is. And I think it's super exciting that we are taking all these learnings and very high requirements coming from
Can I
the
just say one thing? real quick?
highest end of enterprise and professional
They're
space.
just going on
and
more about
offering
it, but
now
I
for
really want to
basically
say just real
anyone.
quick,
Yeah.
like,
And
I
in
have
the
some friends that are really
next video that we're gonna show
into
you
flight training and
is
becoming a
we have-
pilot,
we
and like the only
basically
way
given
you can
you
get flight
two,
hours normally is flying an actual
units of
plane,
Varjo
but that's
Aero,
so
a
expensive.
couple of YouTubers. So
This is
now
way
we are
better.
next see a clip of
that.
VR flight sim guy, and he has had an access to the Varjo Aero. So now is his reactions on a clip of the reactions that he has sent us on using Varjo Aero with Microsoft Flight Simulator. So let's check that out.
This is the Varjo Aero. Now, let's talk about the specs, okay? This has a 35 pixels per degree mini LED display. In fact, it's dual mini LED, and it has custom-made variable resolution aspheric lenses, and there is 0 screen door effect, okay? I cannot see any pixels at all, and that effect in VR is absolutely mind-blowing. Oh my god. Honestly, guys, every time I stare at this cockpit or any cockpit in VR with this headset on, I literally, my mind is blown every time. It's absolutely a joyous experience. This is just too good to be true.
I
It's
still
too
wanna
good to
try
be true.
one.
I am so excited for the VR
I
community.
just don't want to buy one.
This is what we've wanted for so long. Thank you, Varjo, for giving us this. This is it.
This is a flight sim
This is
headset.
it.
Yeah,
It's an absolute dream come true.
agreed.
This is it. We agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
We agree.
It's a dream come true. Like really.
It's a dream come true, and as you saw, the performance was great with that high fidelity
I haven't
and
used
flying,
Varjo.
and no wonder. I've been flying with
I
the
was at
Microsoft
Thrill's
Flight Simulator
office
quite a
and he
lot
had an XR3
lately,
for a
with
while.
the simulator that you see in the background.
I
and
didn't
I
use
think
it.
here's a nice quote just from Jorg, who
Because
is
he
the
wanted
head
to
of
do
Microsoft
some
Flight
unboxing
Simulator
video.
at Microsoft,
I didn't want to mess
and
up the
basically
box,
saying that
so I didn't get
this
to try
headset
it.
Varjo
Yeah.
Aero, it really turbocharges the graphics and the immersion of Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah.
Um,
And I mean,
Yeah.
if you have like used Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's fantastic on a 4K
tech
screen,
gonna be
like
better?
really beautiful.
Hopefully.
But then when you actually
gonna
take
be wireless.
a VR headset like Aero on, and you see the same crispness, the same clarity, but suddenly you feel
No, I didn't
that
use the
you're in that
XR3
plane.
yet.
It takes the experience to a
It
whole
was
new level, and it's very
there.
different than what you get with consumer-grade headsets.
Put it on. Yeah.
It is. It's incredible. Let's actually take a look. How is it different?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite difficult to actually, first of all, to explain things that you see in the VR headsets. And the only way really to try to convey that is through photographs. Taking photographs of VR headsets is difficult to start with, but then when you go to the fidelity levels of the Varjo Aero, it starts to be increasingly so. So we are actually going to do like a short web page of tips and tricks how to actually pull that off properly. Here we have like 2 shots of that we took photographs directly from lenses, same aperture.
I saw
same,
someone saying being too harsh to the Vive Pro
exposure
2. I mean, the
apples
Vive
to
Pro
apples
2 was
comparisons
also
between the Aero
had its
and
problems.
the Reverb G2, and you can see
Don't
the
lower your
beautiful brightness
expectations
of the
just because this is a
Aero
very
and,
expensive headset.
and also
It's
the
very
relatively good
the
image
market's
that you
very
get with
clear
the
for people that
G2.
want to get
But it's
flight
not
pilot's
quite
lessons
the same level because
cheaper.
obviously the Aero is coming from the professional foundation with the beautifully calibrated colors and super sharp displays, great lenses. And especially if we now dig a little bit closer here, you start seeing that, for example, on those screens, the beautifully articulated vector graphics are super
G2?
sharp, clear.
Oh, frick,
all of
shots
the
fired.
text is readable, whether it is in the edge of the screen or in the center of your view. And it's just a sight to behold. And it's really difficult to go back once you have experienced these things. So if you actually love VR
Flight
and you don't
simulators.
have the money, maybe don't even try the Varjo VR3 because you will not be able to go back.
Let's take it one more time. I think we didn't quite catch it on the camera. So this is the side-by-side Aero, Reverb G2, and then when we zoom in, you can see those things.
Absolutely.
Even
beautiful detail.
it is.
Yes, and like I'd highlight that the Reverb G2 is best quality
This is
consumer
also
grade headset out there. So we are definitely comparing the
So the
best
Deca
of
Gear
the
is rumored to
consumer.
use
Yeah,
the Reverb G2
But
displays.
the visual quality.
So that's also
it
kind
is-
of a
it
cut
is-
to. I mean,
it
but
is-
the
there's something
pricing
secret,
difference so
something,
bizarre. You can't compare them.
Magical that Varjo is doing, and I think one of my favorite things that I like to talk about is the lenses. The difference between consumer-grade Fresnel lenses and then what we are doing, this variable resolution aspheric
I
lenses.
want his socks.
Let's actually take a small look in here of how they look in real life. Of course, typically you wouldn't have quite as much stray light inside the VR headset as you do in this environment.
Fresnel is dying.
You start getting ghost rays in Fresnel lenses and different types of artifacting, and in the Varjo's aspheric lenses, you have none of that one. They're crystal clear image, and that's one of the magical differences here that you're seeing.
It is. It is. And once you have seen things through our lens crystal clear, it's a bit hard to go back.
Yeah, it really feels like the reality.
Yeah.
Like reality part of that statement, virtual reality. Okay, so then let's talk about
lenses are cool.
impact of the variable resolution. So how we do it is that we condense
This is
the
basically,
pixels
though, we
optically
kind of already
to the
talked a
central
lot
field
about
of
this
view,
on the website.
But it's not only like a tiny area. We do it so that for most of your field of view,
It's
you have
still very good
incredible
edge-to-edge
quality.
clarity.
We have the perfection of the image for 20 degree central
But the
field of view,
distortion's
roughly this
kind of
size,
the biggest worry.
hands upwards. And that's 35 pixels per degree. Then 40 degrees field of view, which is like yay big, you have 34 pixels per degree, almost the same essentially. Then going to 60 degrees, which is typically the area that your eyes actually
Fresnel
look
has been
at.
cheaper,
Beyond that,
I
you
think
start
is the main
turning your
reason.
head. We are running at 33 pixels per degree. And then finally, 80 degrees field of view is running at 27 pixels per degree. And like all the time, it's getting clearer the more central it is. Now, we got this into our developers' hands in late August. And they have been focusing on this 80 degrees field of view, which is why some of the YouTubers have seen artifacting at the very periphery. It's one of the areas that we are now working on and finalizing before any of you will get the hands on these headsets. So just need to do like a one step at a time. We focused on the central area. Why is it different than on our other headsets? Is that we optimize the rendering path so that you're able to run our headsets on also lower grade GPUs, which is why we basically rewrote everything for the Varjo Aero.
Exactly.
But let's then take one last look on the rendering side, and why the foveated rendering is interesting is that to get that 1-to-1 pixel ratio in the rendering, you need to render Varjo headsets at roughly 7762 by 3475 resolution. So it's quite a few pixels. But then when you use foveated rendering, you actually render 1K, 1K for the whole field of view and 1K, 1K for the place that user is looking at. So it reduces the amount of complexity needed for the GPU to a fraction. Now, let's talk about the ergonomics.
Yeah, the comfort. So the visual quality is super important, of course, to us. But the other thing, I think that we always wanted to make sure that we have the most comfortable headsets out there. Because true professionals, and they want to use these for long sessions, for long sessions on training, on designing, and so on. So we really wanted to make, again, a new leap on this one. So the Varjo Aero, it's about 25% lighter than our previous
even more,
headsets.
but yeah.
Yeah, even more. And it is lighter than the Valve Index or HP Reverb G2. So it is extremely light. And with our kind of custom-made, this kind of precision fit head strap, we dare to say that it is the most comfortable headset out there. And we do kind of feel that it almost feels like being in a zero gravity. So it doesn't, you kind of forget it when you wear it. It is so light. So the whole system, how you put it on and how you can adjust it like on every level, I think it's genius. I think our designers and mechanics have done an incredible job. So please try it out yourself. It is incredibly comfortable.
Absolutely.
And kind of like just looking at here, so Varjo Aero is part of our kind of product portfolio. So we do have now a complete set for everyone. So the VR3, you get the hand tracking, the human eye resolution, visual fidelity with the XR3, you get the flagship mixed reality experience, and now with Varjo Aero, you have the best VR headset that anyone can get.
Yeah, absolutely. And to make that easy, we also changed our license model for the Varjo Aero. So you don't need to anymore have an annual subscription for the Varjo products, but it's an infinite license if you so will, or you can say that it has no license needed whatsoever. And this is, of course, not only for the consumers beneficial, but also for small, medium-sized businesses who might not want to get the additional hassle of subscriptions.
There,
So
they
you
just
buy
said
it, you own it.
Exactly. Next, we will have a short clip from mixed reality TV. And after that, Urho will talk more about the teleport VR with Alexander. But before that, let's check out the short clip from Sebastian.
This here is the Varjo VR3 business headset, and when I reviewed it on my channel, we all wanted to have this unbelievable high-fidelity VR for consumers. I'm so happy that Varjo actually listened to us. They read all the comments, they saw the thumbs up, they saw the high view numbers, and they decided to come out with this here, the Varjo Aero, a VR headset that is based on the VR3 and it's meant for us consumers. Now, I had the chance to check out the Varjo Aero in the last few weeks, and the big question, of course, is it as good as the VR3? The answer is no. It is better. The Aero has the same breathtaking visuals as the VR3 because the same panels are used at the same resolution. So perfect for simmers who need to see small details also in far distances. But this looks even better. So Varjo has immensely improved the lens distortion profile. When I reviewed the VR3, I could clearly see distortions. With this, those distortions are as good as gone, which makes such a huge difference. And because they got rid of the hand tracking and those extra focus displays they were not used anyways with our current GPUs, this is so much lighter as the VR3. This is 300 grams lighter, which makes a huge difference in comfort. This is super comfortable and players can use this now for hours and hours at a time. Overall, I'm really happy to announce that PC VR is alive and kicking, and that there's not only a race to the bottom for VR, but that there's also a race to the top. And with the Varjo Aero, we have a new frontrunner for that race. For my full coverage of the Varjo Aero with all its pros and cons, simply check out MRTV.
So, welcome back. And with me, I have Alex Langmaier, Director of Varjo Teleport. And of course, you are here to talk about the Teleport VR, the new service, which is Varjo's first step on the path for the Varjo Reality Cloud, transforming the way that we communicate and collaborate in the future. But today is focusing on exactly that. So Alex, take it away and tell us what the Varjo Teleport is.
Thanks, Udo. It's an honor to be here, and it's a proper honor to introduce Teleport VR, the first service product for Varjo. It's a professional collaboration and visualization tool that allows design teams, especially, to move their design discussions from the real life into the virtual one. And there they can experience their models rather than just watch them on 2D screens. And it allows them to reap the benefits of experience their products as they would be built in real life. So it's pretty fantastic.
It is, and what better way for us to talk about it except to show it. So if you would do the honors and show us the Varjo Teleport,
yes.
Alex. Good. So Alex is, by the way, also putting on now the headphones that are coming with the Varjo Aero, so with the microphone and very optimal, easy to put on design. And so if you're ready,
ready.
Good.
Voila! Here I am in Teleport VR, Varjo's new cloud service. And this is our virtual workspace. And I've gotten a colleague of mine to help me showcase for all of you that's watching how this Teleport software is working. So let me move over to him and say, hi, Torbjörn.
Hi, Alexander. Nice to meet you.
Great of you that you could join us. So tell me, where are you now?
So now I'm in our office in Oslo, Norway.
Nice. And I'm at the Varjo office in Helsinki, Finland. But at the same time, we're together here. That's pretty cool, I have to say. And together, we are going to showcase how the Teleport VR software works. And like I've already been kind of telling people, it's really good for collaboration and visualization of 3D models. So I know that you can help me with some 3D models, Torbjörn.
And I most certainly can. All right, so let me open up the menu and I will spawn the first model we're taking a look at. Let me see if you can recognize this one.
Oh, I certainly do. It is obviously the Varjo XR3, our flagship model, and yeah, the world's best mixed reality headset. But I've never seen it in VR before, in Teleport VR, and this is amazing. I guess this is an early version of that we used during the design phase, but it's quite fascinating just having it here in front of me. And you see me when I turn it around and scale it up and down, right?
Yes, I can see all the movements you're doing right now.
Amazing. But I have to ask, is this model custom made for Teleport VR?
No, not at all. So Teleport VR is an easy and intuitive tool. So there's really no need for complex development or adjustment to be able to see our 3D models in virtual reality.
So you could literally take more or less any 3D model from CAD model software or 3D modeling software, download it, drag and drop it into Teleport VR and experience it like we're doing now with this headset?
Yeah, that's right.
That's amazing. And obviously you can see the benefits here of doing collaborations, discussing design like this. Either it's a small headset or a boat or a building or whatever that's been designed. But I also want to say, because here at Varjo, we have recently been talking
it's better than Horizon Worlds.
Obviously, that's important to us, and it's happening. And we've also said that our metaverse, at least our thought of the metaverse, is grounded in reality. And that kind of makes me think, there are two ways of creating 3D models. You create a design like that don't exist from before, like modeling it on the computer screen. But you can also scan surroundings, so you can scan things that exist from before, kind of bringing the real world into Teleport VR. And I know, Torbjörn, you have an example of that as well?
Yeah, of course I do.
Fantastic.
All right, so let me quickly spawn in this model. It's a laser scanned 3D model capturing some of the streets in Spain.
So, wow. So this is a model from a street that exists in Spain. So someone has scanned this street and created a 3D model out of it.
Yes, and by using the full scale feature, we can
not hard to
quickly
do,
jump
though.
into the model to
Do
experience
this in
it
EOS.
at 1-to-1 scale.
Well, please, Torbjörn, that would be amazing.
All right, so I will grab this miniature avatar and place it where I would like for us to go, like this.
Wow. So this allows us, this
That's cool.
literally allows us to teleport around in kind of teleporting around in the real world.
Yeah, and this is the first step towards a photorealistic metaverse enabled with the upcoming Varjo Reality Cloud.
That's amazing. And thanks for saying that, because I think there is someone here in Helsinki now that really wants to talk to us about the future opportunities that we can do with bringing the real world into the metaverse. And I know he's really eager to talk now. So I think I'm going to just leave you at that, Torbjörn. But thank you so much for the presentation. And hopefully everyone that's watching as
Where
well
are the anime
really see the
girls?
benefits of the new Teleport VR
What is
software
this?
that Varjo now is launching.
No problem, Alexander. You guys take it from here.
All right. Thanks. Alex, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah. I'm back. I'm
Hey,
back.
hey. Thanks for that one. And as Alex said, I'm really eager to tell a couple of steps that we're going to be looking in the future, like as the Teleport VR as the foundational layer, and Varjo being a mixed reality company now. Of course, our next steps will be about how to actually start integrating the real world into part of the Varjo Teleport VR service. But anyway, now can you summarize the last steps of the Teleport VR and how can we actually get access to that?
Yes. So, yeah, summarized, as you saw, it's the best collaboration service out there. It is obviously optimized for the Varjo headsets, but it works on almost every VR headset out there. Mm-hmm. And also, you can join meetings from laptops and other computers as well. And it's currently available in closed beta, but it will be available for download early November. So please, everyone, go into varjo.com and sign up, and we'll keep you notified.
Yeah, so it's just like a couple of weeks for us to finalize some of the things and then open this up. So we're this close, so do register there now to get access instantly. Excellent. Hey, thanks, Alex. And with that, we have now the opportunity to do a small sneak peek into Varjo's UX labs and talk about the fantastic next software steps that we're going to be offering with the Varjo base. So with that, Anna-Leena, take it away.
Hey, I'm Anna-Leena. Next up, we will get an exclusive sneak peek into Varjo's UX design and research lab. So come on, follow me. Hey Jaakko, hey Vangchu. Thanks so much for inviting us to your lab. Here we are. Could you please introduce yourselves?
Hello, I'm Jaakko Viitanen, one of the UX design leads here at Varjo.
Hello, I'm Fancelin, a 3D UX engineer in design team.
And here in the back, you're actually seeing the latest release of Varjo Base. So Jaakko, can you introduce to us what is Varjo Base?
Sure. Varjo Base is the software that you need to install on your computer for our headset to work. Here you can see what it looks like. It has been designed for XR professionals especially. It's an easy and powerful way to actually use our headset so that you can make sure that whoever is wearing the headset has the perfect image quality.
So really unleashing the power of the headset to all of the users.
Exactly, yeah.
That's great. And with our Varjo Aero product launch, I know that we have done tons of UX research. Could you share some highlights from that journey?
Well, it was actually really interesting to be able to talk with enthusiasts. Some of the features that we have had for our business partners so far, like automatic IPD, foveated rendering, eye tracking, the way that the headset looks, how nice and comfortable it is to wear. It's really interesting to see that, you know, even enthusiasts appreciate these aspects of our product.
And today we're actually rolling out a new version of the Varjo base. Could you share some key features in that one?
Sure. There's one that I really want to highlight, which is resolution quality. So you can see here that there's a certain set of values that you can choose from. This is a little bit of a personal preference. So with the lower values give you a higher frame rate, the higher values give you better visual quality. And this is something that, you know, will be per person, that you know what you like. So this is something that definitely you want to have a try to see that, you know, you get the frame rate that you like and you get the visual quality that you like. So in that way, you will get the best experience out of it.
And what does this feature mean for those users who have a high-performance gaming laptop?
Well, it's exciting that, you know, finally we have a Varjo headset that you can use with a laptop. But for those people trying out the lower values, it's important to get that mix right of, you know, frame rate and visual quality. So that's really important for those people. But don't worry, you know, even the lower values are on par with the best commercial headsets out there right now.
So you can actually now use Varjo Aero also with gaming
I'm not
laptops.
sad, guys.
Yeah,
it's just not...
That's great news. Thanks, Jaakko.
I'll talk about it later.
Today we're also releasing an update to Varjo Workspace. Fangchu, what is Varjo Workspace?
Thank you. Yes, let me introduce our Varjo Workspace. So then Workspace actually allows you to use your virtual desktop in our headset. And with our Varjo Workspace, you are able to use your virtual desktop with any applications that you are running.
And Varjo Workspace originally was a mixed reality feature, allowing you to bring your monitor, your keyboard, and your mouse to a mixed reality application. But today, we are releasing it for virtual reality. What does this mean for the VR user?
Yes, so for a VR user, now you are able to use your virtual desktop in any VR scene. So for example, if you are working with some 3D scene, you are able to adjust some subtle things with your virtual desktop, and then you can also see your changes in the applications. So then you wouldn't need to take off your headset and put it back on again. This feature really saves users a lot of time, and it's really convenient and helpful for our VR users as well.
What if I am a flight simulation enthusiast? How can I use Varjo Workspace in my simulation?
Flight simulator.
So for example, for a flight sim enthusiast, imagine when you're having a really long flight, you are able to use the virtual desktop. You could browse any websites, you can watch some videos, and then you can even have like multiple chats with your friends, that you could do multitasking while having a really long journey with our virtual desktop.
That's really cool. I know that this feature, like every single other feature available, is truly pro grade. So it must have taken a lot of fine tuning to make it right. So can you walk us through some of the features and settings in Varjo Workspace?
Getting kind of
yes,
bored.
let me introduce some features in our workspace. So for example here, you have to make sure that you enable the virtual desktop. So you are able to see your virtual desktop in any VR applications. And also, this is one of the really nice features we have in our workspace, which is called Virtual Desktop Shortcut. You can easily set up any keys from your keyboard that you could call your virtual desktop immediately by one simple click on your keyboard. And also, we also improve like how you can reposition your virtual desktop. You just need a simple click from the headset button that you're able to reposition into anywhere you like. And for more detailed adjustment, you could simply go to our display setup that you could adjust the size as big as you want, or like also the distance and even the virtual desktop tilt that you can adjust it in our display setup.
That sounds really exciting. Thanks a lot, Varjo and Jaakko. Anything else that you'd like to share to all of those who are watching this today?
Yes, so we have been improving our Varjo base and workspace all the time. So now for those enthusiasts who has the chance to give it a try, please do let us know your feedback so then we can keep improving it.
Thanks so much for introducing all the latest and greatest new features. And next up, we will hear what the VR YouTuber Cass and Cherry has to say about the new Varjo Aero.
This auto IPD adjustment thing, I can see the lens is moving right now. It's pretty cool. I need this on every headset. That's just beautiful. Wow. This is so sharp, everyone. I'm currently looking at like my monitor or something, and the colors are just insane. I think the colors are even better than my own editing monitor in real life. Guys, these colors, the OLED screen. I can't believe how much I've missed these dark blacks. Whew.
Okay. Exciting.
Exciting. You should check out the full video from Cass and Cherry. It's really, really cool. And thanks, Anski. Great insights into our UX lab. But yeah, let's little bit recap what we have seen today. So two really cool things, Varjo Aero and Varjo Teleport VR.
Yeah, absolutely.
That
so
was
very
there was their own headset with a
entering
mic. That wasn't Varjo's.
The space of offering our devices to anyone and simultaneously bringing Varjo's first service to the public, collaboration service, Varjo Teleport VR, available not only for Varjo headset, but also for pretty much any PC VR headset or PCs overall, whether you have a desktop or laptop. So super first step on the Varjo's Reality Cloud journey.
Exactly. Really, really cool. Next, only thing we have left is our Q&A. So Slido, event code Varjo Launch. We do already have quite a bunch of good questions here. So I think, Urha, let's dive into the questions.
Yeah, and while we answer for these, just shoot in there and we'll do our best to answer all. And if not all, then we'll extend this over Twitter and happy to answer later on as well. Yeah.
Did they say OLED?
Super fast, you take it.
Will external trackers still be needed with this new Varjo device? Yes, Steam VR tracking works really, really great. So
yeah, and we see that most of the VR enthusiasts happen to have that one already from their past, both the controllers and the trackers, because it is the golden standard in the VR tracking.
Exactly. Next, the hardware specification only states NVIDIA graphics cards for the Varjo Aero. Would the AMD equivalent still work with the headset?
Yeah, so we only support NVIDIA at the moment. We love NVIDIA, we love AMD as well, but at the moment we only support NVIDIA.
Yeah. Can you wear glasses within the headset? If so, does it impact the eye tracking? I wear glasses all the time with the headset. Eye tracking works. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is plenty of space for the eyeglasses. You won't get scratches wearing the headset. You will get beautiful field of view. It's a really comfortable experience. And the eye tracking is equally good with or without the eyeglasses.
Yeah. Are controllers included? If not, what controllers are supported?
Well, we kind of covered that one. So Steam VR ecosystem, index controllers, I'd say, are the best. Vive controllers.
Are we done?
Equally interesting. Depends slightly on what kind of use case you have, which one of those is the best, but yeah.
What tech software hardware compression is used to power the headset at these resolutions? Now the question was, currently the GPUs struggle with the current headsets, specifically Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, we to actually use a single cable to drive these beautiful high-resolution displays.
So let's talk about it. Hold on a second. Let me prepare. So I don't have anything wrong. like with this product, guys. I saw a lot of people thinking I'm disappointed or anything. This is kind of what I expected, actually. Wait, is my audio? Hold on, is my audio good? Yeah, so this was pretty much what I expected. I prefer this style. I prefer this style of presentation more than what we saw last week at the Vive Flow. That being said, this headset is feels more like a small business headset being slightly marketed to consumers. It's got some really cool things in it. Like it's a cool headset. But I don't feel the consumer name. I don't think it fits personally. It just feels like a small business headset or someone that wants to do flight training. And this presentation really was targeted to those people because they know. They got rid of the subscription. It is cheaper than their other products, but due to that, they feel they can try to market it as a consumer headset, but it really doesn't feel that consumer, guys. Too loud? I'm sorry. I'm really bad at audio. I don't know why it's so bad. It is prosumer. Yeah. This is beyond prosumer almost. They call Varjo Aero infinite license. That has huge implications on their mindset. So no right to repair. I don't even know how easy it would be to repair a headset like this. It looks very specialized. But I like what they're doing. I think I do think Varjo does a lot of cool stuff, like compared to a lot of other companies in the VR hardware space. It's just they say no compromises, and that's true for the people they're truly targeting with this headset, which I really do believe is small businesses that can't afford a large subscription, or people that, again, this is like one of the headsets they said that supports that is, at least I think in Europe, I think they were talking about that you can literally train to be a pilot and use this headset for flight training hours, which that is very cool, because the world is in constant need for pilots, but becoming a pilot is a very expensive process and requires actual flight time. Whereas if this is certified to work like a real flight training thing, that's got some cool value, but not for consumers. It's what I expected, but more. Yeah, it was what I expected, but more expensive. And again, I don't know how many of these they're producing per month. I don't know what their definition of mass production for a product like this is, because again, they are a small company, and it's expensive to create products like this, especially when they have just such really specialized stuff. Like a lot of their stuff is specialized, like in these headsets. They're not grabbing stuff off of very common OEM supply lines, for example. So they are doing their own thing. Yes. Who will win or become leader in VR industry? Pretty much everyone that's a tech giant already, they're going to win the VR industry. Apple's gonna win. Facebook's gonna win. If Amazon goes in, they're gonna win. It's these players like Varjo are doing cool things, but they're not going to be the winners, right? Over time, which is a kind of a sad truth, but I think that's the way it goes. So, can we do a quick recap of the specs? I did it in the beginning of the stream. I really recommend you you go back to that, because we literally, the first like 20 minutes, we talked about everything. This was just really just a reaction to their presentation. I do like how they did their presentation. I think it's very transparent in a lot of ways, even if they're you know, they're doing the basic marketing talk. And let's talk about their what's the word? They call it teleport, Varjo teleport. Yeah, that was that was not that interesting. And Eric for President earlier was mentioning how everyone's trying to make their own workrooms. Every single company, it feels like. And yeah, it's honestly kind of annoying to the point it's laughable, because they all are terrible. They all are just so behind. Even what like we were seeing people talk about Neos. Even I wanted to bring up Neos a lot. Like Neos is not even really a business focused thing, but it does a lot of these things that they're trying to show off way better, way better. These companies are way behind, and they're showing off basic stuff. Like that's another reason I know they're targeting business people more than consumers, because the way they're showing off that they can import 3D models into the virtual space, like that is not new at all. And the only people that wouldn't know about this are business enterprise companies that are not in the know. Because that's kind of like one of the things, like when you're an enterprise business, you get to take advantage of idiots in the industry a lot more than consumers, because consumers are usually spending their time knowing what's going on and finding the best things, whereas businesses are too busy or just don't care and are out of the loop. Yeah. Yeah. What about PSVR 2? PSVR 2. Sony is a tech giant, guys. I see Sony as a tech giant. That's what I'm saying. Like Sony, Apple, Amazon, Valve even's gonna do great things with what they're working on. Like those are the companies we should be excited for. And even next week, Facebook is literally rebranding their entire company to focus on VR. They don't want to be Facebook anymore. They want to be metaverse, VR, XR stuff. Like that is really insane, guys. I talked about it in my stream yesterday. Hopefully that stream, the VOD gets unblocked today. But yeah. Anything else? Oh, Pimax. Oh yeah, people were asking earlier. So yeah, next Thursday we have Facebook Connect or whatever it's called, and I think was it Monday? There's a Pimax event also next week. I don't remember what day it was. Let me see what day that was. That I will also stream, and hopefully there will be no embargoes. Which I kind of like when embargoes lift before the events, because these events are kind of boring. Like, 10:25. So next Monday, I'll also be streaming what Pimax, their roadmap, and what they're possibly working on. Yeah. Facebook will still exist, yes, but like they're clearly making a new parent company, and they're clearly naming their name scheme is apparently gonna be very metaverse focused. So it's gonna be Facebook by whatever this metaverse company. I hate saying metaverse at this point. 4 more days for more disappointment. Don't be disappointed, guys. Like, yeah, there's been like, I mean, it's not for us, but like things are moving fast. I know it feels very disappointing because this headset's expensive. The last headset last week was, you know, it's got some cool things, but it's also just not there. We are watching HTC and Varjo. These are not big companies with giant R&D teams that are constantly working on multiple prototypes, like big prototypes, you know, and have huge supply lines. Honestly, I hate to say it, the more exciting stuff will probably be at Connect or whatever else later on. So don't be disappointed. There's so much stuff in the background, guys. Hardware is improving so fast. And like even if these products are not super exciting and are designed for us, you should still see the big competition coming from even the smaller players. If the smaller players are trying to compete doing different things, you know the big players are going to compete like 10 times harder. So do you think Facebook will be able to compete when the market gets going? I think they will, because they're literally focusing their company on it. But I think they do have a lot more to prove. I said this in my stream yesterday, but I think this upcoming Connect is going to be one of the most important ones they do. because next year is filled with innovation. There are headsets I can't even talk about yet, guys, and it kills me because they're so exciting. Like some of them are so cool, but I can't talk about them yet, and it's just like I don't want people disappointed because the hardware space is good. It's good. I swear it's good. It's better than what it feels like right now. So, and I'm not on copium too much right now. So, yeah, I have not much else to say. Not Do you know prices? Prices of what? I don't really know prices for anything that much, except for one product, I think. But this was a cool thing. I'm glad we all got to talk about it together. I'm sorry my audio levels have been really bad. I really need to work on a lot of things. I am just a home style streamer. I do it for fun. I don't really focus on. I need to focus more on quality, but this is more because I think this is a lot of fun. I really enjoy reading chat and talking with chat and like talking about the technologies that are in this headset. Oh, I did want to mention MiniLED a little bit. So a lot of the leaks talked about a dual cell panel for a Quest headset. The main reason a lot of people came to that conclusion, I kind of read off of that conclusion, is because it had local dimming. Not so sure about that, honestly. It might be just MiniLED at this point. MiniLED seems like a much more affordable solution to get local dimmed LCDs than dual cell panels, but I guess we'll see. That's something I wanted to mention about Facebook or Oculus products. Micro OLED this year, probably next year. Probably next year. I don't think this year. I even with the prototype I was talking about in my Quest 2 Pro and Quest 2 Plus video, I didn't even expect that a micro OLED headset from Facebook would come out this year. I was expecting that to come out at the very earliest next year. I think micro OLED will start seeing products next year with that, not this year. Because what this year has how many months left? Less than 2 months. So, were you actually able to get some sleep? Yeah, I mean, I've been sleeping very well recently. Again, guys, if you ever feel like overwhelmed, mentally, just take like a weekend off of the internet. It doesn't even matter what you do. Go outside to the park and like just don't be on the internet, and it will make a lot of your mental health way better very quickly. So, your quality. Oh, also again, thanks to the super chats. I also need to get better at reading super chats when they come. But yeah. Yes. Have you seen something that micro OLED will have much? Yes. It's better in some ways. I need to do more research on it because the issue with micro OLED, a lot of the stuff that is announced by companies that are working on micro OLED is they're pretty hush-hush about what they're working on for the most part. They are very proud to state like brightness levels and resolutions and like a lot of other like color gamut. But a lot of the other stuff like response time are usually have to dig deeper in what they're working on to find out, or like literally look up research studies. There are some really good research studies on micro OLED about how like even some displays can light up all the pixels at once instead of like a gray to gray wave. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, there's always more research to do. So yeah. YGig 2. I think YGig 2, I really hope we get YGig 2 next year. Like in one product even. Like YGig 2, it's certified. It's certified. It's certified. Just use it. Someone please use. Someone please. Dear God. But yeah, micro OLED headset. We will see them next year. I guarantee. I believe it. Are you planning on doing patent research for PSVR 2? I've done a little bit. I did a video actually about some cool display technologies that. So Sony, you know, if we're already talking about micro OLED, Sony is actually one of the biggest producers of micro OLED. So they're very poised to be ahead of that. And their PSVR 2 has already been announced that it's running OLED of some sort. And I did a video talking about how they even created a panel, a micro OLED panel that not only gives off normal light from pixels, but can also give off infrared light. And then even because you build micro OLEDs on a silicon backplane, and they were able to also put the eye tracking. Usually you emit IR into people's eyes, and then it can bounce off the eyes. And usually you need special sensors and IR LEDs to do that. But they built an all-in-one display that was able to do everything just with the display, which was super cool. That is a super cool technology. I love that. That is like when I was researching this, I was hooked. I was like, holy frick, dude. Are Steam base stations a thing of the past? No, I don't think so. Even if I think they'll always have some value for a while, because even like mocap companies are using full body tracking with Lighthouse base stations to get much cheaper mocap, and that's a huge benefit, even if it's not obvious for consumers. And I think that's why also like the Deckard, a lot of the stuff that relate to patents with the Deckard's tracking system, they do mention support for Lighthouse space stations. So, yeah. I want them to somehow give me the ability to set up 2 antennas. You mean for WiGig 2? That's already in the patent for the Valve's WiGig 2. The patent for Valve's WiGig 2, like emitter, is able to get the pose data and tracking data from the headset to decide which antenna they should beamform the WiGig 2 signal to the headset wirelessly. Because WiGig 2 runs on a 60 gigahertz band, which if it's occluded by anything, it's gonna have issues. So it's best to do like fun little tricks like that to figure out how to make it better. You really love my patent coverage. Thank you. I have not. There was a new patent today, by the way, guys. It's not that new actually, but it's an updated patent for their eye tracking. We've been talking about it. We were just talking about eye tracking a little bit, but this is just a small update that Valve did to their VR eye tracking. The only thing I want to note is it was filed a few months ago, and it seems to be rushed. It was a rush publish, which is interesting. It only took 3 months for this update to get published, so that's cool. Yeah. I'm ready for. I said in my stream yesterday, like I don't even care if it's a non-gaming headset. I really want a very high resolution media viewer headset that's super lightweight, uses micro OLED, pancake lenses, basically the Vive Flow, but way high resolution that I can use with my computer, even for just like making virtual monitors for productivity. I would use that all the time. I would use it literally all the time. I would even stream wearing that. You see how I have a screen up right on over here, and I have a camera here. I would literally set it up so I would be streaming from that headset if I could, because that just seems awesome. Like having the chat around me, having like all the pens around me, and like, oh, that's a dream, dude. Why only 15 degrees field of view? Probably because the lenses seem pretty far away from the user's face, especially compared to the index, which you can put the index lenses really close to people's faces, which allows them to get higher FOV for some users because everyone's face shape is different. Whereas these lenses are stationary on the Arrow, the Varjo Aero. Please upload this video this video will be uploaded on the channel. Yes. And I didn't play any copyrighted music, so it won't be blocked in countries this time. I predict Facebook will announce a new head. I hope they announce a new headset, and not just that. I hope they show off every prototype they literally teased last week, even if they're not becoming products, or at least tease or talk about the technology that they're using for these headsets. Please talk about them. Please talk about them. I need that because I think that's very cool. I also want to know another thing that we have been waiting for, and I think they said last year they said that next year, which would be this year, we would hear more about their varifocal lens stuff. I believe they said that. Varifocal lenses. And they're working on very similar lens systems as what Valve seems to be interested in working on. I would love to see more talk about that. Some more even some like live demos, more of that, because I'm telling you guys, that stuff is big. John Carmack? Yeah, John Carmack will spill a lot of beans, I hope. My fear of Facebook monopolizing the metaverse grows each day. I don't think they're going to be able to monopolize it because so many big companies are hopping in. It just feels like the fear of Facebook taking over the metaverse has been strong because the last 2 years have been all Facebook. It's been all Facebook. But companies have been working in the background to compete. And they will come out. They will come out. I mean, again, even Sony alone next year, when they do PSVR 2, they're going to probably do a pretty considerable market share taking away from Oculus, because Oculus is still focused as a gaming company. Their headsets are heavily focused on gaming. And I think no one can do better at gaming for VR than Sony, probably. So I think Facebook might need to even pivot to non-gaming products soon if they want to stay in the VR space. Yeah. Will I be getting the Varjo? I'm not purchasing the Varjo. I don't have the money. Yeah. I don't have the money. I don't make that much money. I live I know it looks like I have a lot of technology, and I do. I spend a lot of money on technology, but I live, other than that, I live very modestly. And yeah. More workplaces, yeah. No AMD card support. Yes, they did confirm that Varjo does not have AMD card support, and I think that's because the DSC is not up to par in AMD cards, which again, DSC is like the display compression, a DisplayPort compression that's needed to drive higher resolutions at a seamlessly near native resolution, or at least looks that way. Looks compressionless. At this point, just wait for the next generation of VR. The Oculus is very capable. Yeah. Well, I also think there's a big push for just like how people have been saying the internet. No company really owns the internet, right? And I think the metaverse, the most successful metaverse, will be kind of like that. It'll be like very open, and every VR device and client will be able to access it, but it won't be like owned by a company. These companies the problem is people are thinking that the metaverse will be owned by a company, because you know why that is. It's because literally every company is going up to a bunch of rich investors and venture capitalists that have no idea what's going on. They heard the word metaverse. That sounds so futuristic and cool, and it talks about selling digital t-shirts. And they think, oh, metaverse, that sounds like a great investment opportunity. And then they're bleeding money into these companies that are saying the word metaverse over and over and over. And then we have NFTs mixed in there, because a lot of metaverses are saying, oh, we're going to have NFTs and it's going to be built on blockchain. And these are all big buzzwords that like investors and venture capitalists, like they get hard when they hear these words. So, but the reality is there's not going to be a company that owns the metaverse. That's like a silly concept for anyone that's not. For anyone that's in the know, the idea of an owned metaverse is silly. It's just very silly. Yeah, venture capitalists think that the metaverse is going to be like, it's kind of like how it's like how people were so bummed out when they missed out on Apple before the iPhone was announced, right? Because think about it, the iPhone, before the iPhone was announced, smartphones were like a thing, but they didn't blow up until like after the iPhone. And so many investors up until that point didn't hop on the Apple train. And that's all you hear now is like so many disgruntled venture capitalists and investors that feel so bad they missed on that train. And then they hear about VR and how Facebook is dumping so much money into it, and there's this metaverse word. They don't want to be scarred again like they were with Apple, sort of. So how much do I spend on cola? I only drink one cola a day right now, but I spend it during my stream because when I talk a lot, I need to drink something, and I like to drink something with caffeine while I'm streaming. Otherwise, I start falling asleep when I listen to company talking too much. I think AMD probably could do display. I need to look more into DSC, but I know I didn't know it was a DisplayPort standard, but I heard there was some issues with like AMD support with it. Some people were talking about it. The low and openness for VR industries changes. It focused on the overall win. Yeah, I mean that's why I like, I don't want people to focus on like this product too much, because I want people to see the bigger picture, because, and it's so hard because like not everyone can, because when you spend your entire every day looking at what companies are working on and doing, and all the R&D they're putting into new displays, new lenses, new technologies, and you know this stuff is coming soon. It's so hard to like, communicate this with people that are not spending the same amount of time seeing what's going on. And then we get these lackluster announcements for the now, and people are getting disappointed about what's coming out in VR. But like, this stuff is still so exciting, and there's so much stuff going on. Like I really want people to see the big picture that I feel in my brain right now. In my brain, I see the true near future of what VR hardware is coming to become. And it's so exciting. Yeah, it's just, there's like, I gotta make sure I can express this bubble brain and spread the bubbles better. If I were you, Brad, I would try to contact the Varjo sales and see if we can get a demo unit. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if they would. So I don't really like contacting companies, personally. Maybe it's because I'm a very Oh, did I ever tell you? I didn't tell you guys. So the first day that I had my off internet vacation, two really cool things happened the first day. It was like, it felt like a sign almost that was like I made the right choice by going on vacation. But two things happened the first day. I was at a place called Disney Springs, which is like a big outdoor shopping mall that's owned by Disney, because I live in Orlando. So like you go to Disney a lot when you live here. I saw my first shooting star ever in my life. First shooting star, just randomly. I was on a boat, and I just saw it. Everyone was freaking out. It looked amazing. I never knew a shooting star was so beautiful. So that was cool. But unrelated, someone actually recognized me. This has been a while since this happened, but someone recognized me at Disney Springs, and they asked to take a photo with me. But the issue was when that person asked me to take a photo, I am a very shy person, honestly. So I was so nervous, dude. Like I'm like, okay. They're like, "Can you take a photo with me?" And I'm like, okay. And that's how I am with like contacting companies too. Even though it's over email, I'm so terrified of it. Fake story? It's not a fake story, I swear to God. It's not a fake story. Because apparently last week was actually one of the best times of the year to actually see shooting stars. I forget what I looked it up, because after I saw the shooting star, I was like looking up everything about shooting stars. Even though I wasn't supposed to be on my phone. I was like, shooting star, I gotta know why I saw it and if other people saw it. And yeah, apparently last week is like a big meteor shower time. And yeah, I got to see one of the shooting stars from that. You saw a shooting star going home from work. I did not know they're so colorful. That was the biggest surprise. Like when I first saw it, I thought it was a firework. But then I realized it was not a firework. It was way too big. It was so fast, and it was like just it was immense. Like it was like an RGB light just going and then disappearing after 2 seconds. It was insane. What? Oh. Thank you. Thank you for that. Wow, that's very nice of you. Hold on. Thank you for the $14. That's awesome. I actually do have a Patreon, but I don't advertise it because I don't do this for money. Bradsmells.com has all my links to things, but I don't want to advertise that stuff really often. Bradley, we know that fan story is fake because no one who watches your content goes outside. Okay, that's fair. It was shocking for me too because, you know, I don't have insane viewership numbers, but like that was pretty cool. It's been a while since that's happened. What is BCI? Brain computer interface. Will Oculus release headset with BCI? I don't think they're focused on that right now. I don't think they will yet. They did some Oculus did some cool stuff with actual invasive BCIs. They did a lot of funding for let me look this up. This might scare you, and it probably should, but hold on. Their research finished with a university, but Facebook funded it heavily. Yeah, here we go. I actually think I made a video about this, but it didn't do well because people don't really care much about BCIs too much compared to other things because they're far off, and that's okay. But this was a BCI that was an implant, and it allowed people that can't. It was able to decode brain signals into speech. So they are putting money into it. This was last year. The one I saw was newer than that. But yeah, they are working some interesting stuff. Yeah, and so there's non-invasive BCI, which is like Project Leia, which is all stuff that doesn't require an implant, and then there's invasive BCI, which is closer to what people think is like the Sword Art Online headsets that like literally touch a chip. Both are being worked on, by the way, but invasive BCIs for consumers are so far off, I don't really talk about it that much. So I'm 100% sure Facebook and PlayStation will not disappoint. Pancake lenses, phobia rendering, eye tracking, and actual consumer-friendly price range. Apple will be something like Varjo, but better. I agree with that. I do think small form factors are the future for a lot of VR headsets. I think if this headset if this headset right here ended up being a Quest 3, even without face tracking, just like maybe eye tracking to help drive the displays or something. But like if this was like a Quest 3, this looks way more marketable than what they sell now, right, to consumers, because that's like what insane, probably weighs way less. Yeah. Do you think Star Citizen has the potential to be the first? I don't know. I don't really follow Star Citizen because that game's been in development for like what, forever. And didn't they do some like weird stuff with virtual real estate, right? Did Star Citizen do that? So I have some strong opinions about NFTs and strong real estate personally. Mostly digital real estate. I don't like the idea that you would buy plots of land in VR games or experiences, because that's like what's the whole point of digital if you're literally making, I don't know, weird concepts. I don't really like it. You know, like why are we trying to recreate the housing crisis but in VR. Like, what the flip? Are you kidding me? When we can literally just add another plot of land digitally, bam, 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 bam. Have an IP address per virtual address that you can just access. Like, what? Fake scarcity is stupid. Yes. Yes. A house in an MMO? Well, like, MMOs can have houses. I just don't think that they should be selling land with real life money. I think everyone should be able to access your house. This is a funny, pathetic way to explain it, but you know Club Penguin? If anyone played Club Penguin, everyone had a house. And there actually was some some like caste systems, because some people had amazing houses in Club Penguin. But like everyone could access each other's house. It wasn't like built on a land. It was accessible for everyone. Yeah. That's Earth 2 and it's a different company. Sorry if I mistake Star Citizen. If I'm wrong about the virtual real estate, by the way. But I that was just a perfect moment to make me think about that. Because I see a lot of companies talking about it. Especially now that NFTs are becoming big, and a lot of people are trying to combine NFTs with VR. So then we see a lot of talk as well related to digital land ownership. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy that people invest time and money to literally recreate all the problems of real life in this brand new life that's called virtual reality. Why would you want to recreate all the issues we have in real life? The whole point of virtual reality is escapism. At least to me. Like, are you... What? I don't know. Pools closed in VR. It's profitable. Yeah, that's the answer to it. It's profitable. It is. Pay taxes in VR. Oh God, stop, please. Please. NFT games too. That's another thing. So I actually talked about it on yesterday's stream, but I actually didn't talk about it. I just like someone brought it up in chat, and I kind of commented on it. So Valve banned games that are released on Steam that are built purely off of NFTs and blockchain. And I said I agree with it. The main reason I agree with it is because Steam is pretty unregulated with what's uploaded, and a lot of shovelware is literally thrown on there every day. So, like, okay, yeah, I think there's a difference between the damage that a random shovelware Unity clone thrown on Steam does compared to something built on NFTs and blockchain that literally affect the environment. And then a bunch of those would be spammed on Steam as well because everyone's trying to be the new NFT blockchain crap. So, yeah, I wasn't really... I was pretty agreeable with that choice. So, and I probably will get some negative responses for saying that because people are very passionate about NFTs, but I am not. So, yes. You just played an NFT game from SideQuest? What's an... Man, SideQuest has them already? Dude, they're everywhere. Like, they're spreading like a virus. I want to walk over to that hill, pay taxes to be able to. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's, honestly, subscription-based services are kind of like taxes, virtual taxes. That's one reason I actually own a PS5 and a Nintendo Switch. The only consoles I really own. I don't even play them that much. I never play them. But like every time that subscription prompt comes up that I need to pay monthly to access the internet that I also pay monthly, I literally like think to myself, how do they get away with this? Like, how do they do it? How do they get away with it? I can't believe it. Like, I'm shocked. Every time I think about it, like, are you kidding me? Subscriptions like that are already like digital taxes, in my opinion, for products. Yeah. Do you think Zuckerberg will forget his shoes when they do Connect? Probably not. How much you want to bet that Zuckerberg is gonna walk or be wearing? Well, I'm not sure because it's probably pre-recorded and there's not gonna be like a stage, I'm guessing. But man, if it was a stage event, you just know he'd be wearing those Ray-Ban sunglasses and then just flipping them up and talking. I can see him doing something like that. PS3 online was free. Yeah. I mean, PC, everything on PC is mostly free unless you play MMOs. I don't. So, yeah. Imagine that homeless guy with a Quest 2 owning NFTs. It does seem like something that would happen, especially if it was in a place like I can see in San Francisco homeless people owning NFTs. That just seems like dystopian enough for it to be in San Francisco. Yeah. I think I'm done, guys. I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else to say. I'm glad we had a great discussion. Again, sorry guys, I had such, this was a mess. Earlier on the stream was a mess. I had bad audio. I wasn't even prepared for the full screen video. I'm sorry about that. But I am glad we got to talk about a lot of cool topics. I feel very, again, I feel really lucky. Every time I open my chat and I talk to my chat, I always feel very lucky that it's not garbage in my chat. It's like actual discussions that I feel as a VR content creator, I am very lucky to have a community that talks about this stuff so openly and in a very positive manner. So thank you, everyone. You make it very easy for me to want to do these streams, because if it was not such a great community, I would not want to do this, and I probably would just stop doing it. That's what happened a few years ago. So, yeah. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. You're gonna go see Dune today? I might watch it today too, actually. So everyone have a great day. We'll meet back Monday. Monday is Pimax. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they freaking do. Will they make a standalone headset? Like, I got that tipped off that they might have a standalone headset of some sort. We will find out on Monday. So, when's the event? Crap. Like, this is like 1 p.m. Eastern time. So, bye everyone. I'll schedule the event a day before so you can all set reminders like always. And we'll start 30 minutes early. Like always. Alright, bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye.